Hello and welcome to Leeroy Gaming, where today we will actually be starting a new playthrough. This is of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. It is the current beta. Now I'm still running my Lawful Good Paladin campaign, but I want to try something that I normally don't do. Now, traditionally in CRPGs I play Lawful Good characters predominantly. But I wanted to kind of play my little alter ego here a little bit. So we are going to be doing an evil campaign. Now, I'm also trying out a brand new subclass that was added to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous that I find very, very interesting. So right now, I've kind of pre-set up the character to save a little time, but I'll go over with you all my choices. So this is the portrait we're using, mainly only because it is the only option for this race. But the class we're going to be using is the monk subclass of Sohei. So the Sohei are masters of the horse and the hunt. A monastic soldier, the Sohei is equally adept at combat afoot or on horseback. While skilled in unarmed techniques, many Sohei favor weapons they can use while mounted on horseback or against other horses. So this is going to be quite interesting, focusing on mounted combat. Basically, one of the cool things that in a couple levels they get is the ability to use their flurry of blows using weapons like polearms. So, gonna be a lot of fun, hopefully. Now we are playing a tiefling to kind of channel evil, and sadistically, we're gonna be the motherless, the Quillpuff spawn. And this is pretty twisted. So their story is no woman survives the birth of a babe whose Quillup ancestry has emerged. At best, Quillup's spawn rip their mothers apart during labor. At worst, they tear themselves out even earlier. So, one of the things about Lawful Evil alignments is that they're very greedy, very selfish. A lot of times, NPCs that are like greedy merchants are Lawful Evil, for example. So, there's still an order to it. So we're not playing chaotic evil. It's not about just causing chaos. It's about getting strength. It's about getting martial perfection at any cost. And this character quite literally it was so ready to kind of get out there, to start getting stronger, dominating. It wasn't even patient enough to kind of wait to be born. It just kind of ripped itself out of its mother's womb. Very attuned to nature, and just kind of channeling their natural tendencies towards martial perfection. So that's going to be the chosen heritage. Um, let's see here. Stat-wise, we're going to have a pretty balanced stats when it comes to monk stats. So 16 strength, 16 dex, and mainly at 16 strength because, again, we will probably be focusing on polearms, either spears or polearms. We'll see as we level up. Got to have that high dex. 14 con. I'd like this to be a little higher, but for now, needed to make sure we had that wisdom higher too. So intelligence a little lower. Again, this is the character that kind of tore out of its mom's womb. Attuned to the natural world, not so much to the scholastic world. Very high wisdom. Obviously, they get what's interesting about the Sohei is they get bonuses to nature lore. So as you can see here, +9, pretty amazing. And just standard charisma, not charismatic, not uncharismatic. As far as the stats that I've gone into, we have the mobility. So again, racial bonuses, class bonuses, and dex bonuses. And that lower nature is pretty massive as well there to get started with. Not going to have a ton of skill points as we level up because of that low intelligence, but that's going to be okay. Now, as far as our initial feat, so we're going to, another nice perk of this class and subclass is we're going to be able to use mounted combat kind of perks as bonus feats, monk bonus feats. But I want to kind of get started on the right foot here. So we're going to get the mounted combat feat as the basic feat that's going to allow us to basically negate attacks versus our mount as long as we can make a mobility check. Again, we don't want our mount to die. Um, Another nice thing is we are going to be scholars, but nature scholars. So again, very much attuned away from the traditional book smarts and more, kind of surviving animalistically out there. And we're gonna get the Scholar of Nature, and we're gonna get the light cantrip that we're gonna be able to cast. Um, so that's gonna be kind of functionally helpful. We're gonna get an animal companion horse. So we're gonna start with a horse, and then at 4th level, it's gonna get a little bit extra strength, a little extra con. So right now it's 16 strength, 15 con. It's eventually gonna go up to 18 strength, 17 con. And then for the bonus monk feat, what's nice is you don't have to meet any prerequisites to get these. That's one of the nice things about bonus monk feats. And so there's normally a very set list, as you can see up here, for monks. But we get these other ones that are going to be really helpful. So we're going to start with Indomitable Mount. So once per round, when your mount fails a saving throw, you can make a mobility check. If you succeed, it's going to pass that saving throw, which is really, really helpful as well. Since you notice we already have a +9 to our mobility, that's going to be something that we're going to be really high on. So again, we're protecting our mount as we protect ourselves. Eventually, it's going to be nice to get Trample, Spirited Charge especially. Potentially Mounted Shield. I don't know if I'm going to go with a one-handed weapon and a shield, or whether we're going to go with a two-hander, so I don't want to commit to this quite yet. We'll see as we go on. Obviously, Lawful Evil. It's going to be against my natural nature to do just some messed up, twisted things. We're probably, because there are limited kind of mythic backgrounds right now, they don't have all of them unlocked. Probably going to go over that demonic background to channel that power and rage. Even a part of that would be like chaotic in nature. We're not playing chaotic evil. So we'll see. Gonna most likely just channel that, try and channel that rage and energy into a more focused effect, RP wise. But we're gonna be doing some messed up things. So if you want to see a real evil playthrough, I may sometimes have to bite my tongue, but I'm gonna try and commit to the Lawful Evil nature. Appearance, they don't have that many options here so far. Only 1 face, 3 body types. It's okay though. Horns, only 1 option. I'm sure this stuff is going to be fleshed out in the expansion. Not the expansion, but the main release. But this is fine for now.
We do it my way.
And we're definitely going to do an aggressive male voice. And of course, going to go with Leeroy. And here we are. So let's rock and roll. Look at those nice bonuses to mobility and lower nature. Let's see how this goes. Nice natural AC of 16. That is not bad. Now another nice thing about the Sohei, which is interesting, is they can actually wear light armor. So unlike traditionally monks wear no armor, so if we find some really nice armor that allows us to keep our AC 3 armor class, we're going to take advantage of that as well. And I do have to check though to see if we're going to be if that's going to negate our other bonuses, so maybe we won't. But here we come in on a stretcher, and I will be kind of role playing and doing all the voice acting. Again, I am by no means a professional voice actor, but if you don't like reading, this is going to be a let's play for you, because I will read it out. I'll work on trying to get unique voices for all the characters as best as I can. Might fail sometimes, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. And again, as we go through this, feel free to make any comments, recommendations, ask any questions about the beta as well in the comments, and I will do my best to answer to the best of my knowledge. And check it out, there's my horse, how awesome. Hey somebody, we've got a wounded fighter. Can we get a healer over here? My, would you look at this? But why would you drag a wounded fighter into the middle of a festival square? Couldn't be carted off somewhere else, like, oh, I don't know, an infirmary? Or an accommodating ditch? Make room, everyone. Step back. Now, what's the matter? What happened to him? You hear the stern voice of an elderly man, but you're so weak you can't even turn your head to look at his direction. The wound looks nasty. Who did this to him? Demons, prelate. We found him barely alive outside the walls of Canabras. The walls, you say? The enemy doesn't usually stray so close to the city. Must fortify the defenses. And you, hold fast, don't die. We'll see you right. We'll get you patched up now. But first, you there, guard. Take his weapons. Bearing arms is not permitted during a festival. Wounded or not, everyone must abide by the rules. He can get his things back after the festival. O Inheritor, leader of our troops, the sharpened edge of our blades and the unyielding strength of our armor, I Mayday, I beseech you, grant your mercy. Heal his wounds. Healing light envelops you, but your pain lessens only slightly. Grit your teeth in silence. Ordinary healing magic is having no effect. Someone call for Tarendalev. You there? Yes, you. Stop dithering, gawping, and make yourself useful. Go and get Tarendalev. Prelate, Avalda, have you forgotten that you're speaking to a lady? I'm not a lackey to be ordered about. I'll get her. Tarendalev. Has anyone seen Tarendalev? Be quick about it, before it's too late. The old man leans over to you. Now, who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces. Now, we don't need to really make ourselves too known. I'm a traveler. I was just passing by. Just passing by, and how am I to know that you're not a demon spy, or something worse? Little do they know. My dear prelate, please, for the sake of the festivities, leave this poor man in peace. He has been through enough already. Go on. I'll take care of him. All right, as you wish. You are a protector, and a dragon at that, so I shall defer to your wisdom. But be on your guard. I've been informed he was wounded near Canabras. That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls, and the city's crawling with the spies. Others may be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I, not the defenders of the city. Muttering discontentedly, the old man walks off. A beautiful silver-haired woman leans over you. She seems ageless, her face wholly unlined, but centuries-old sadness gleams in her eyes. Pain, retreat, life, vanquished the shadow of death. Body, cast off your suffering. The longer she speaks, the stronger her voice becomes. There. Yeah, we don't really want to be interacting with these people too much. Can I go? Certainly, but be careful. I'm not entirely sure what the demons did to you. Its wound is no ordinary injury, and was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have managed to get you back on your feet, but I have not healed you fully. Alas, sooner or later your pain will return. But do not be discouraged. We'll recover. I promise you that. Tomorrow, come to the cathedral and say that you are expected by Tarendalev, protector of Canabras. We will find a way to help you. But for now, put this out of your mind and enjoy the festival. They are all too rare in this time of war, and merriment is one of the best medicines. So we do not start with any weapons. Now for my other playthrough, I noticed if you get a weapon focus, you are able to you would receive whatever weapon you specialized in. So basically what that means is if we had chosen like weapon focus, oh nice, Mount Companion. If we had chosen weapon focus like polearm, I could have started with a polearm, which would have been nice, but for now it's okay. Blur. That's no, that we're supposed to get light. Let's see here. Distance. sworn we did Scholar Nature. Like, did they mess up our character? Sworn. We're supposed to have the light spell. Let's see here. I think, I don't know, maybe when I was showing everybody what we had selected, it picked the other spell. I have no interest in Blur. I mean, that's actually not bad. That's actually pretty good, defensive-wise. So maybe we'll keep that. I was going to just use light to kind of literally make the visibility better. But you know what? We're just going to go with it. It's a pretty good defense. Use it 1 minute per level. So that's not bad. So during the hard combats we can do it. We also have the ability to mount our pet. Hopefully. These are all basic abilities. Take a look at here. Monks. Oh, we got light as well, so we get both. Okay, so this must have been because we're a tiefling. Alright, that's cool. It's 10 minutes a level, so we're going to do that for when we are combat. Or in darkened area. We got all the magic armor potions. Pure light wounds. Now the thing I was going to check before we began. Okay, so this is nice. So +1 bonus to AC. Luck bonus, so that's going to stack with any armor. +1 reflex, will, and as well as fortitude save. So let's take a quick look. I want to take a look because it says our AC bonus. When unarmored, the monk adds a wisdom bonus to the AC. Ah. So what's interesting thing here is if right now we get a +3 AC from the wisdom, if we can get some light armor that obviously provides more than that, we'll equip it. In addition, a monk gets +1 bonus to AC and CMD at 4th level. Now I wonder if that is only when they are unarmored. So we're gonna have to mess with that. But if you see here, weapon armor proficiency, Sohei is proficient with all simple and martial weapons and with light armor. So the monk's usual weapon and armor proficiencies. So that is a little different. So we'll just have to mess around with it as we level up and get different gear. Now horse is gonna level up. Oh, nice. Okay. What is this? Unlike normal animals, an animal companion. Okay. Now ours does level up as if a druid, so they are better than the average mount. So what do we want? We want a bully, bigger than other of its kind. A bully is used in winning fights and displays dominance of its choice of mates, territory, and privileges. I don't know what the difference is. Daredevil Companions join the fray with graceful leaps or swooping dives. Daredevil. That's very Leeroy-ish. Death Touch. Whether the result of a partial successful attempt to revival a strange blight. It's kind of very undead and vampire. Racer. Don't care really about the speed. Wrecker. Unlike unruly pets, some companions have tendency to destroy nearby objects. So that seems like very chaotic. Which is not as... Oh wow, okay, so if you look to the right, it actually changes the buffs they get. So let's just take a look at it from that way. Wrecker gets Sunder Armor. Then they get Evasion, Devotion, Multi-Attack, Destructive Wrecker, Evasion. What's Death Touched? One Foot in the Grave, the Death Touch companion gets a +4 morale bonus for fortitude saves. Also gets improved evasion eventually. Negative energy affinity. Death Touch companion reacts to positive and negative energy as if it were undead. So if we were doing like a necromancer or something, this could be like kind of interesting. Under armor, let's see, Daredevil. Artful acrobat. Daredevil gains a competence bonus on mobility checks equal to half its hit dice. Evasion, combat mobility. Oh, interesting. Multi-attack, devil may care. Can't be flanked. That's actually pretty good. Can't be flanked. And what about bully? Trip. Okay. Bull rush. Evasion. Multi-attack. Bullying thrill at 9th level. Whenever a bully succeeds a bull rush, over run, or trip combat maneuver. Check after fully resolving the combat check gets +2 morale bonus on attack and damage rolls. Improve the evasion. So I'm thinking either bully or Daredevil. I like this not being able to flank thing. Pretty powerful. And the whole going into combat, heedless, into danger. I feel like that's us right there. So we're gonna have him be a Daredevil. So he'll have a competency bonus to mobility. He does not get advanced. Oh, he does. Okay, good. Improve evasion's always nice. Next. Okay. So we will do a horse with stealth. Stealthy horse. There we go. We'll do athletics and mobility. Oh wow, he even gets a feat. Anybody know that horses get feats? Alright, well let's see here. Alright. Can you equip a horse of armor? That would be hilarious. Let's see here. That's interesting. Don't know. I've never really built up a horse. I also not sure when we mount horses how they work, whether they attack by themselves. In fact, if anybody watches this and knows how horses and mounted combat work in this game, do leave a comment below. I would love to get the feedback. But for now, let's go ahead. Toughness. You gain +3 hit points. You know, just staying alive I think is huge. So let's add toughness for now. At least I'm not chicken. There we go. And then we got, so we are nice and set up. There we go. Look at those beautiful stats. Ooh, 17 strength. +1 animal companion level bonus. That's new. Alright, let's do it. He leveled again. Wow, okay. And more leveling. So let's go ahead. We're just gonna, I think, just keep pumping up mobility and athletics. Perfect. So he can accept rage. He's never going to be casting. You can move through a threatened square without provoking attacks. Half speed. No, we don't care about that. So let's see if we can actually mount this. Oh my god, okay. Oh, looks like the animations aren't quite there. I am Horse Monk Man. Alright, hilarity. So, we shall see how this works. I mean, that's pretty funny. Yeah. Alright. I'm sure there'll be no memes that come of this. So, oh wow, look how fast we... good times. Wonder how we're gonna be able to attack when this happens. So we gotta go and enjoy ourselves. Let's see some of these effects. Oh yeah. Punching on a horse. Sock him in one. Oof. Oh yes, this will be hilarious. Call that a punch? Alright, so hit the mannequin. Keep going. We'll throw some darts for the dart throwing competition. There it is. Oops. Left aim, further to the left. I want to see if our stats change at all while mounted. Nice, look at that throw. Like a boss. Oh! That does not sound good. Nothing like a demon invasion. No animals were filmed in this demonic invasion. Human beings, on the other hand, not so much. Oh, look at that. Is that the dragon opening a can of whoop ass? I think so. Oh, Nelly. Oh. Critical hit. Well, that did not go well. Discari's here. Discari's himself. Blimey! 1 minute we had a dragon, the next, bam! She was gone. Halfling's armor, splash of blood, and he is armed to the teeth with a sword, a blade, a hatchet on his belt, crossbow on his back. His voice sounds familiar to you. Care to lend me a weapon? Sure thing. Here, take it. Halfling holds out the crossbow. Best crossbow I've got. The person who made it said it could pierce the hide of a demon lord even. Sure. I'll try to fight him. Good luck with that. Try not to get eaten now. The halfling's words are drowned out by a terrible rumbling and the rustling of countless tiny wings. I also wonder when people attack, since I'm mounted, are they going to be targeting me, the horse, or random? Oh no. So obviously some of these animations are glitchy, and extra glitchy when you're on a horse, because it didn't even show me falling to the pit.
The silver dragon Terendelev, the defender of Canabras, fell in battle. Hardly surprising, as she had to fight the demon lord Discari himself. He willed the land to part and swallow all who dared to stand in his way. But the war was still far from over.
So hopefully you guys heard that voiceover there. I'm going to keep the volume a little low just because it doesn't overpower. Alright, bug reports. Sure they know about the horse, of course.
No one stands in my way.
Let's cast a light. There we go. Let's mount the horse.
All this waiting.
Good horsey. Good horsey. Oops.
I'm losing my temper.
Mount companion.
I lead. You follow.
It's kind of funny. Got the little wisp going. Looks like the wisp is mounting the horse. Holy mother of a small woman with messy brown hair winches in pain, uttering a stream of curses, clenching her teeth. She's pinned to the ground by a couple of weighty boulders. Hey, stay with me. Actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole, but at least you're not on your own. Got a great companion. The young woman in knight's armor studies the rocks intently. clearly trying to work out how to move there. Everything's going to be just fine. Just tell me something. Can you feel your legs? Feel them all right. Wouldn't say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head too. All right, skill checks. That's all that matters. Now, here we go. Hey, spotting you, the knight reaches for a sheathed weapon, but after scrutinizing your face momentarily, raises your hand in greeting. Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulder? Alright, so let's see. Evil. Yeah, I mean, we don't have great diplomacy, but I don't help anyone for free. Pay up or stay stuck under the rubble. Success. We rolled a 14. Nice. Knight opens her mouth to object, but the wounded woman stops her and retrieves a coin patch from inside the pocket. Sure thing. Don't know anything after all. Here, take this. It's all I got. And now, do me a favor and get out of here. Or get me out of here. This position ain't as comfy as it looks. Evil Act, 200 coins. Summoning all your strength, you manage to lift the rock up enough to free your wounded woman from the rubble. Excuse me. Woman feels her leg. Damn it all, I think it's broken. Oh well. I've had worse. I'll just make myself a spoon out of something. Fishing a piece of twine from her pocket, she gets to work. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own. Stuck under there. I'm Anivia Tirabade of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers. I have something nasty planned. What actually happened, though, now that I did not see coming, I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that. Don't mind that a demon spawn is literally standing in front of you. Well, I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of Iomade. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendev and fight demons, and well, I've been fighting for a while now. I'm sure me and this lawful good paladin will get along just fine. Sela's expression darkens. I don't even want to think what might have happened up there in the city. Canarbus has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomede's herald, the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, too, to pray before it. But there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets. Yep, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragons or no, Canarbus will never give in. Simple as. Even as I shift to you, well, we've introduced ourselves about you. Let's see here. Destiny, I'm a traveler. Yeah, let's keep this really ambiguous. I'm a traveler, and I just wound up here by chance. Call me superstitious if you want, or maybe cynical, but I just don't believe in chance or coincidences. How many stories around the tavern table have started those very words? Right enough. I have this habit, see? Anytime somebody starts yakking about blind chance, always turns out the thing was as far as a quirk of fate as you could want. Sorry, don't take it personally like. Aniva tightly ties off the twine on her improvised splint and leaning on a stick, hauls herself to her feet. Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. City ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're going to have to take the long way around. Summarize, there are 3 of us, without 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters, beware. Sela winks. Aniva, you stay behind. You're no fit state to fight. If you do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage our own way out first. Well, onward. May the good deities lead us back to the open sky soon. So 2 clear minds, huh? She has not seen my intelligence score, clearly. Alright, we got our party set up. Let's take a look. She's a paladin. We can do... This is probably pretty good. Why is this? Oh, it's just a line. So let's do a different formation. Of course. Don't quite a. Oh, I do it like this. No.
We do it my way.
This non-existent loot. Let's see. The cloak, not. It's for X. So it has no stats. She doesn't even do it. Alright, not a big deal.
I won't be
Quick
home.
save in case things crash. Who's there? The fine apparel of this young half-elf woman is torn and stained with blood, dust, and dirt. However, she holds herself with such dignity that you could be forgiven for thinking you were at a high society party, not in the dank catacombs under the city. Her fingers grip her rapier hilt with confidence, ready to draw at its moment's notice. At her feet lies a dead body, so mutilated at a first glance it's hard to tell if it's an animal or human. Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eyes out of that thing, alright? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela, that's Leeroy and Aniva. Looking for a way back to the surface. Really? I'm ever so glad to hear it. She relaxes slightly, but she keeps her hand on her sheathed weapon. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when her self-control falters for a moment, and you glimpse the fear beneath her mask of perfect placidity. She licks her lips nervously. I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get in the city? I thought, naively, it now seems that the wardstone protected us from attack. And Terendelev? I can't warp my head around it. We need to keep moving. There must be a way back from the surface somewhere around here. That's right. It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble. Are you coming with us then? The more the merrier, and that blade of yours is nothing to sniff at. Certainly, survivors should stick together. It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves? Let's see if that pole bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like they're heartless brigand or nothing, but we kind of need all the supplies we can get right now. Using abilities. Yep. Alright, she can heal. Let's move this stuff around. Do not want her raging. Let's get a buff. Okay. Does she have charge? She has light as well. It's kind of said she had such a fatigue resistance. Days of virtue. Huh. Guidance. Cast this on. Double light up. Now. Let's see. Add the charge in here. Offensive fighting as well. Let's take a look at her. She's got a lot of high dex, good con, 11 strength. She is, I believe, a spirit shaman. Yeah. Let's see. Class. Shaman Spirit Hunter. So she buffs her spirit weapon, which is this rapier. So 19 AC, pretty solid AC.
Everyone is mortal in this
Okay, we
world,
do not need a light crossbow.
especially when I'm around.
Do we want her to use a crossbow? See, I only have 17 AC.
We will win this war.
She's got 22 AC.
No
So
one
interestingly
stands
enough,
in my way.
we are, when the monk is all dodgy, is the most, to be the most careful with us. Now we could just go from range and use, so our melee is +4 attack, damage is 4 to 9. This though, 1 to 8. Alright, you know what? just stay at range for now with our horse person. We get some better setups. See how that goes. These two are going to tank better than we are. I think that's probably the smart move. Oh, let's loot up. Masterwork dagger, we'll take that. Let's get that lighting going again. What happened there?
Battles await.
Alright, that works. Combat. Oh wow, okay. So that did not go into range combat at all. So Leeroy attacks young giant centipede light crossbow. Okay. So I wonder if, because we are, oh yeah. All right. So it looks not. So at least I'm not chicken, which is the name of our horse. Attacks as well. 10 damage. So we're gonna both get to attack. That means that I am going to, whether I like it or not, go into melee. So yeah, let's work with that. Maybe we'll have her. I'm thinking use a crossbow then. Is one of the setups. So 1d8 plus 4 attack. She goes with this setup. It's 1 to 6. She gets a little bit more AC. Only one difference. So let's have her be ranged then, since clearly we're not going to be ranged. And even if she gets attacked, I feel like she's going to be okay. Or at least her AC will protect her to a certain. Now, hold on. Can we steal her armor? That's 4 AC. Now it's only +1 compared to what we have right now. But if she takes it off, she loses a lot more. So we'll wait. We'll probably put some armor on our character. Now look at that horse go. Wow. I just checked those stats again. I feel like, yeah, Leeroy, open the can, and my horse, so that's like just double attack, which kind of makes sense. I mean, it is a pet, but still, kind of a cool effect. Outside of looking silly as all hell. Wow. And an attack of opportunity. Light mace. Braces of armor. So this is just straight up. They're not nearly as good as the bracers that I wear. Those will actually stack.
Go for their hearts. What a mess.
Yes. The only downside to what's going on right now is I am like going in head first. That also means I'm just the one that gets in combat most readily. So like maybe have her go.
Open your heart.
Her attack.
We are the light.
There we go.
They are the darkness.
So our horse is going to be quite interesting, I feel like. Charge bonuses or trample effects later. No, I can't just walk away. It's going to be here somewhere. Struggle to make out the man's features in the gloom. So as he steps in the circle of light, however, realize that you have never encountered a creature like this before. The stranger looks like the work of a vivisectionist when attempted to stitch together a lizard and a man. The man notices you and freezes. The curling horn protruding from his head casts a malevolent shadow on the cave wall. Wendu Wong. I'm going to call her Wendu. It's from my other playthrough. It's her nickname. So Wendu. Lion, did you find it? The woman looks just as strange as her companion, a cross between a cat and a spider. She catches sight of you. She immediately drops into fighting stance. Her movement reveals the lethal grace of a wild predator. Who is that? Now, real quick, I learned this lore-wise. You notice these are kind of weird, kind of mutants almost. They are the children of the First Crusade. And so what happened is the First Crusaders were exposed to the warp stone. Actually, I don't think it's called the warp stone, ward stone. But think about it like the equivalent of D&D radiation. And so they were impacted by it negatively. They basically retreated underground because they were horrifically mutated, as you can kind of see here. So like she's a half like spider, half cat. He's like half lizard, half human, and so they're basically kind of shunned down here. And there's a great prophecy, as we'll see, that when they come to the surface, it's going to mark the end of days, kind of beginning. So a little background lore for you guys. So let me see. Land, did you find it? The woman looks just strange as a companion. Okay, we said that already. The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Land stops over a gesture. Wait, they might know what's going on up there. What is this place? What are you doing here? Who are you, tieflings? When do cats of contempt just look at you? You think our forebears sullied themselves by mating with demons like yours did? No, our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the underground crusaders, the children of the crusaders' finest. Sadly, underground crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people just call us mongrels. Wendu lets out a dateful huff. Just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. It's what the Uplanders call us, but we call ourselves Nethers. No matter what you call us, not going to stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing. Demons are laying waste to Canabras. Lan's expression hardens. If things are bad as you say, we all have to hurry. Wendu looks you over, considering something. You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. Couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze. You guys, you have your own troubles. But we need to be in Canabras. People are dying up there. Please show us the way out. What is this place? This halls of what we remember of the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. Doesn't usually look like this. Trust me. Sometimes we even wipe dust off the exhibits. This is where the relics of the first crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short. Our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else, and that our lives are not lived in vain. And Nivea lets out a low whistle. First Crusades? You've been down here that long? That's crazy. Never heard of the underground Crusades before. Canabras, they're called the mongrels. People say they come up to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander along after midnight. Sela turns to Lana and Wendu. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night. Wendu gives a contemptuous snort. Humans' gratitude for you. That's humans' gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion, and for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children? Land sighs. Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed. And when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are. They'll love us for it. He leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines. What are you doing here? That's none of your... We're looking for a holy sword. It was here in the center, sticking out of a rock. Lan frowns. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off to the shield maze. Figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters, and Sol, chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that Now isn't the time for the underground crusades to take up arms. If we get the holy sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind. Wendy huffs a breath. It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary sword. It's made from righteous heavenly flame. It will burn anyone who touches it. You think you're special on? I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. Angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle, he chuckles. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down you know it's possible. Wendu shrugs and turns away. I can help you, but you're going to have to pay for it. Wendu laughs. Of course. How about we do this? You help us. We don't leave you here to rot in these underground tunnels that only we know. I think that sounds fair. We can throw in a dozen fresh rats to sweeten the deal. That's a tempting offer in these parts, Lan growls seriously. Help us. We'll help you. Very important. Wendu believes maze leads to the outside. She knows what she's talking about. Alright. Underground folks, you got yourself a deal. But if you find a sword first, don't forget we helped you. Our agreement still stands. Alright. So, let's see. Save.
I lead. You follow.
What's that there?
More. Statue of an unknown knight. The technique is crude, but the figure was clearly crafted with genuine feeling. Put up all these loots.
I won't be halted.
Go. Some gems. Why not? Gems. Grinding stones.
Over there.
Not this time.
Oh, look at that. That looks like a holy sword in a stone. What a coincidence. A strange flash pierces the gloom, and Leeroy feels drops of searing blood run down his chest. The wound healed by Tarendelev reopens and weeps scarlet. There is no pain or weakness. A hazy scene appears, a cave chamber. This one or another, entirely. Leroy's heartbeat quickens, and a stream of thoughts suddenly bursts into his mind. Thoughts that clearly belong to another. Treachery! They betrayed me, trapped me, stabbed me in the back. Trusted allies, my treasured friends, people I have sworn to protect, people for whom I descend from heaven and came to this turbulent mortal world. There they are, up ahead in the gloom of the cave. What are they waiting for? Afraid to draw any closer? Do they believe I am about to die from their traitorous blows? Next to me, a quiet moan. A girl with a golden braid lies on the rocks, clutching her slashed side. She refused to join with the traitors and paid dearly for it. I could have tried to run, but I will not. While I still have strength, I must. While recognizing the foreign origin of these thoughts, Leeroy intuits that he can control them somehow. Let's try to heal the wounded girl, furiously call out to the traitors. Yeah, we're going to be a little selfish and evil, so let's do this. Calling out to the traitors. The voice, trembling with pain and anger and rage, carries to the farthest reaches of the cave, sealing a strange vision. Why? Why did you betray me and your comrades? What did the servants of the abyss tempt you with? Blurred shapes, the faces of several mortals, bleed into existence. One of them, a young half-elf, his hair twisted into a knot, responds to the accusations. You and your goddess have given us nothing, Lariel. Nothing, but Lord Descari will give us everything. There is no power in the world that will stop his advance. The frenzy of foreign thoughts come faster and faster, like a rushing river, and images flash by one after another. Priestess in colorful robes observing the stars. A young female paladin praying, clutching her glowing sword. A majestic golden-winged angel gazing into the distance, his face covered by a helmet, but his voice ringing clear. Only if you're willing, and only if you're ready. There is no going back. There, in the vision, the darkness in the cave stirs into motion. Something massive appears from within the depths. A vague shadow, an outline, a nightmare come to life. A wave of odious chirruping, rustling emanates from the shadow, the sound piercing like hot iron, lancing through flesh and bone. The traders fall to their knees before the shadow in reverent ecstasy, and the wounded girl thrashes in her death throes. The yawning chest when burning white hot, Leeroy's head pounds of pain. It's no longer clear whose pain it is. The person called Lariel who sent this vision, or the one unlucky enough to receive it. So we can try determined to fight off the illusion. Alright, so definitely, because we have a will +4, let's see what we can do. But Leeroy is determined to fight off the illusion. Success. Force of the attack, though originating in a vision, is terrifying. But Leeroy is stronger. He shakes off the pain and torpor. But alas, the one who sent the vision cannot claim the same. He is broken and exhausted. A monstrous shadow emerges from the musk of the cave. It is not real. It exists only in the strange vision or memory. But the thrill of fear it provokes is more than real. Shadow's features starkly resemble those of the Skari, the terrifying demon lord. Movement as swift as thought itself, the monster's hand is wrapped around the throat of the one they call Lariel. The foolish angel struggles on the rock like a fly, its wings torn off. In tone is the shadow. Its voice changes as it moves, shifting from a quiet whisper to a sonorous shout, becoming young, then old and quavering. Where is your goddess, angel? Where is her self-assured herald? How is it that you are dying here alone, so far from the light of your heaven? Strange calm envelops the thoughts of the one called Lariel. He recognizes who stands before him, and he knows he will never bow down before this enemy. The flaming sword flares to life in his hand, bright, pure, flickering with multicolored sparks, like a sunbeam through the stained glass. Slash! The blade slices through the demonic creature's flesh, and the monster recoils with howl, releasing his grip on Lariel's throat. The angel falls back heavily on the rocks. His vitality is ebbing, but his pride remains undiminished. He grips the sword, and with his last burst of strength, plunges it into the rock. Leeroy senses that the vision is fading, the rush of thoughts diminishing, like a river running dry. The last thing he hears is this: "You will kill me, monster. This I know, but one day someone will come here and raise up my sword. He'll raise it up and punish evildoers and traitors." Vision disappears, vanishing in a burst of colors. Leeroy does not hear the final words, but he seems to complete the thoughts, taking it to heart. The words fly from his lips, with them something else. The heat blazing in Leeroy's chest fades away. The edge of the scarlet wound closes, leaving not even a scar behind. Looking down, Leeroy sees the flaming sword in his hand, or rather, its outline. Memory of what the sword looked like. Final surge of warmth and soothing light. The sword vanishes, and then the light is drawn into his hand. Leeroy senses that it will return. All he needs to do is call. Bam. Hey Leeroy, are you alright? You were kind of glowing just now. Eli kneels before the light, offering up a prayer to Ayamede. Then looks at you, dumbfounded. That was it? The light of heaven, but how? Wendu frowns. What did you do with it? Where did it go? I think I saw the memory of Lariel, the angel who died here. Lariel? That really was Lariel? Angel from the legends? The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. Chief will be thrilled. Wendy watches you with suspicion. You? Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it? And now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood, no different to us, gets the sword and starts talking about visions? Now, Wendu, don't be a sore loser. Lan nods towards you. He's clearly different to us. Sword appears before him, along with the angel's name, and all the other stuff. Because he doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that. I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Soul just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better. It doesn't make us worthier. You saw it too, the traitor's dying girl. Lan looks around. It's only us here. Your group, you, me, Wendu, and the light of heaven sort of got sucked into you. Any chance you can whip it out again? We do kind of need it. Lan rubs his chin anxiously. Sorry, I crack jokes when I get nervous, when I'm upset, and when I'm happy. Anyway, what I said came out wrong. We need to bring you to Chief Soul and show everyone the light of heaven. And we'll rally to try to go into the maze, and we'll get back our kin. And what if he can't make it happen a second time? What then? The tribe will just say we're crazy and turn back on us. Let's reveal the light of heaven. It seems I can control it. That is just wow. I mean, that's amazing. Heaven is truly bestie, Leeroy. Wendy stares at the divine light and as if transfixed. This power is the most majestic thing I've seen all my life. This is what the sun looks like, Lan? Yes, it's similar, but this light is more golden. Lan dragged his gaze away from it. Chief Soul needs to see this. Now that we have power of Angel on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble the troops, storm the maze. Lan looks at you pleadingly. Outlanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find a way to Canabras. Lead us to your chief and I'll decide if I'm going to help or not. Let's go. We'll take a short route. Well, the only route, really. It's a horse, of course.
What do we have here?
All right. So, we have found the legendary sword, absorbed it, and I think this is a perfect time to break this first episode. Again, leave your comments of any questions or recommendations, and in the next episode we shall move on forward and see what is in store for our evil playthrough. If you enjoy this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.